Good enough.
Start over again?
Yeah, good enough.
All right.
These are just gonna be some frequently asked questions, things that you guys have asked me in the comments. This is what you've all been waiting for, the down low about the mini pigs. Yay. Okay.
I'm sorry.
You're not saying anything.
I don't know. I'm supposed to act.
You can say something.
Do you want to start over again?
Ready? No.
Okay.
This is all gonna go in it. Okay, not all of it. Anyway, all right. So the first question that they asked is why a pig. You can go first.
Because you wanted one. I don't know. You brought up the idea to me, and I just did some research on it. And it turns out that they're actually really cool pets, and then I don't know. We found one and just got it.
Yeah.
I think you were a little bit surprised that we got one.
I was a little bit surprised. I mean, because also I always wanted one, and I guess I'm not really answering the question, why did I want one? I thought it would be fun. I didn't realize it was that far off from getting a puppy. Growing up, we had like bunnies and koi and geckos and just like, you know, the slightly off the beaten path animals, but still normal. So I thought that getting a pig was like having a rabbit. Like, not everybody has one, but some people do, and apparently it's strange. So yeah, we were just dating and I brought it up. My RA had one and I said, oh, isn't this cool, babe? Wouldn't it be so cool if we got one? And he was like, yeah, it'd be cool. And
they're a lot smarter than dogs.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they're any less difficult to maintain. They're just a different kind of difficulty, if that makes any sense. But I don't know, it's not for everybody.
No, absolutely not. They say, and I think I've said this to you guys before, but they say that pigs have the intelligence of about like a 3-year-old human child.
They're rated number 4 on intelligent animals of the world.
Yeah, so it's kind of a lot. Okay, next question. How we found him. Take it away.
So I'm a researcher. Anytime I find something that I like or I'm interested in, I'll just obsess over it. So I just combed through the internet and found a local breeder. I think it was in Winston-Salem. It was actually her last litter that she was doing too. She had a handful of them left. And she was more reasonably priced than any of these people on the internet that try to swindle you into buying these $1,000 mini pigs that stay small forever, because it is all just a lie. Don't listen to any of it. They're gonna get about 45 pounds. Could be bigger, who knows. I mean, they're all different. This isn't like a standard breed. But she was very honest about the whole thing, and I think we paid $100 for them.
Something like that.
Which is kind of crazy compared to what everybody tries to sell them for.
Right, exactly. And this is a point I'm sure half y'all are gonna yell at me in the comments. But like the mini pig thing, let's just talk about that really quick. Because people still, to my face, and I own one, tell me that my mini pig isn't really a mini pig, and that there are teacup micro mini pigs that actually stay the size of your hand. And they really believe it. And it's literally the same as like those Ripley's Believe It or Not, or like the when you go to the fair and they're like
this tiny little man,
right, come into this tent. Like, it is just as fictitious as that stuff, and you guys believe it. And I'm telling you, there's no such thing. And people get all up in my face about it all the time, how my pig's not a mini pig.
If you get involved at all with the community, like the mini pig community, and what the standards are, mini pig is just considered anything under 150 pounds. So,
which is still very small when you think about the size of a true pig. Like, what can they be, like 1,000 pounds generally?
They can get huge. 600 pounds.
It's like a cow. Okay, that's a pig, a cow. So when you think about it that way, it's not really hard to imagine that a 50-pound pig is small.
And there's such a huge variance just because it's not an actual breed. Like, this is not a real breed. This is like 3-4 different actual breeds of pigs that have just been constantly just kind of hybrid bred into a smaller pig.
So it's like a kuni. What are the other kinds? I can't remember.
Juliana. The American potbelly pig is definitely in there.
Yeah, and then what is it? Vietnamese? What's the other one I'm trying to think of? The black Vietnamese one. Potbelly pig. So anyway, you can look it up to find out, but what we're saying is the truth. And so Anyway.
You can believe us.
You can trust us, we know. So yeah, like, anyway, he is a real mini pig, and he is like this long, and he is small. Let's move on. What's it like to have a mini pig? People always ask that.
It's like constantly living with a 3-year-old that never grows up.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's like you get the same love. Like a 3-year-old constantly wants to show you, so it's cool. You get the trade-off.
That's so true.
It's never a dull moment, never a quiet house. He's very talkative. He will walk around the house just talking to himself. It's weird. They have their own language, and as you grow to learn to know your pig, and you find out what all his little noises mean, and he has a very large vocabulary. He just does a lot of crazy stuff, and sometimes you just know he's over there angry at you, cussing you out.
Yes, that is so true. And also, like, I remember when we first got him, being so annoyed because he followed me around all the time, and I heard that they were like pack animals and that they wanted to be with you, but I didn't realize that that was like what some toddlers do, where they're like under their mom's legs all day. Like, that's how he was, and I felt like I couldn't get a break, like I was gonna lose my mind.
Lost puppy syndrome.
Yes, exactly. And now he's better, and he's older too, so we've trained him like to stay away some, but like if you're on the couch, he just wants to be with you. Last night we were in the bedroom, and he cannot get on our bed, but he like just wanted to come in the room and like be
Yeah, he's just talking.
Right.
Came over to the bed, caught a couple pets.
Exactly. So he's a sweet boy. And when we first got him, just speaking of what it's like, pigs have a schedule. Do you wanna?
Oh boy, do they. So yeah, that was a wake-up call.
Literally.
All pun intended. And he would wake up every morning. I mean, he's a farm animal, so he wakes up every morning at the same time, ready to eat. And like I said earlier, these animals are vocal, so he would wake up yelling, like, until you get up to feed him at that time. We fought it for the longest. We were like, you know what, we're gonna make him get on our schedule, and no. It's like trying to train a rooster not to crow. It's not gonna happen. So
yeah.
We eventually just got to the point where, all right, we're gonna get up and we're gonna feed him. But once he's fed, it's good. You're good, you're in the clear. He's gonna eat it, he's gonna go back to bed, and then for the rest of the day, things are a little bit easier to deal with. But just mornings, if you're not a morning person, you might need to get a hamster, I don't know.
It's true. And okay, so I feed him in the morning now, and Evan wakes up at 5. I had to make a standard for myself, like, I'm not getting up till 6:30, because the other thing about pigs is, like, although they wake up at the crack of dawn,
he gets up at his time. Like when I get up at 5, he doesn't get up. He's not bothered. I mean, he may wake up, but he knows it's not time to eat yet. It's weird. Right,
because we have like a structured, scheduled time. So he has like an internal clock, and he knows what time it is always.
Always.
And the same thing goes for dinner. Like, he knows when it's almost 5 o'clock, he will go into his room and stand like by his feeding trough, and if you forget, he will come and remind you.
You will know it.
Like,
something in the world will be off.
Something in the world will be off. That video that we did when my mom came to help me decorate, I forgot about dinner, and that's why he was so annoying. Like, it was 5:30 and he was like, are you guys serious? So yeah. Anyway, the schedule thing, I cried about it. I thought I was gonna have to get rid of him about the morning thing.
Not our proudest moment, but yes, we debated whether it was a good fit for us.
Yeah.
It got to the point where his sleep was becoming an issue. He had not quite found a good bedtime, so he would stay up like after we were asleep, and it would wake us up, and then he would be up early, he'd be up before us, and yeah, my wife broke down. She was crying.
In my husband's lap. But also, okay, and then we'll move on. Also, at the time, he was in our bathroom, remember?
All these people watching that are probably moms and stuff are probably like...
Right, you're right. But still, he was in our bathroom. It's like in our master bathroom. So I think we just had the baby gate and the door was open, right? So you could like, he could hear our every move.
Yeah.
And it was horrible. So he would like wake up in the middle of the night, and he was little, so he would be like... you know, and then you're like, oh no, don't move. And it was just the worst. And so I remember going to get my hair done with Serenity. You guys have seen her. And telling her that I was losing my mind. And she was like, girl, you better put that pig in another room. And I was like, are you serious? She's like, yes, just kick him out. And that'll be the end. Because she's a mom. She's like, I can't hear Catalina. She wakes up and it's fine. And she's been out there since she was a baby, you know. And that was a game changer.
Yeah, it definitely helped.
Yeah.
He got his own room.
Uh-huh. So that's better because we can just close the door. And it's good for discipline too. Should we talk about pig discipline?
I'm okay with it. Is this your way of telling me to initiate?
Oh, yeah.
Because it wasn't a question.
Oh, okay. It wasn't a question on the list.
As a Q&A.
But yeah, but I mean, this is part of what is it like.
Okay,
like
so the mini pig community, I keep bringing that up just because there is a Facebook group and there's a couple other groups, and honestly when you own a pig you don't have any other source of information other than these groups, and they're very helpful. A lot of great people. They have a lot of different views, and when it comes to pig discipline, one thing that is widely preached that is just, you know, a lot of praise when they do good. My pig didn't really respond very well to that. I've owned many a dogs, and I'm not saying that I treated him like a dog, but there is some necessary physical contact that is involved with it. Pigs are pack animals, and in a pack there's always an alpha, and they will always try to dominate each other, and he was getting to the point where he was trying to establish that. And what they do is they will, you know, they'll headbutt each other, or they'll maybe just give each other like a little bite, something like that. We just give him a swat on the butt. And he usually gets him moving. Or
a tap on the nose. When it's very minor and he just needs to know, like, hey, tap on the nose. And I'm really glad I started this because he knows, like, mom's not happy. Snapping at him when I didn't like something. And at first he didn't even react, but I would just consistently snap. And now I can just snap my finger and he knows, like.
And he's smart. He knows when he's doing something wrong too. Because other people will tell you not to train loud noises and stuff as a trigger, because then the pig will be scared of loud noises. That's not true. He's completely fine. They're very smart. They know when they're in the wrong too. So when you give them that trigger, they know, all right, time to get together.
Straighten up, yeah. Which I think is like a kid, like a person, you know, if you.
He's just rebellious.
Yeah, he's very strong-willed. Very.
Just like his daddy.
Okay, yeah, exactly. I think we covered what it's like for the most part.
So the one thing that's recently been happening that we weren't 100% prepared for too is he's been blowing his coat. I don't know if she's posted anything on that.
I'll show you guys a little while we're talking about this.
But he loses his hair, and these animals don't have fur. It's not this like soft, fluffy stuff. These are like coarse, like a boar's hair bristle brush. That's basically what's dropping out of this guy, and it's coming off a lot, and it's not fun. I almost wish it was like a dog shedding, because that stuff you can just get up nice and easy. This stuff is like harpoons flying around the house right now. And
you'll find it everywhere. Like you're itchy all day in a specific spot, you can't figure out why, there's a hair. Like
But once this is all done and over with, he's not gonna have this issue for a very long time.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna weather it and then be good.
Exactly. One last thing. He sleeps. This is the other thing
this
that
is
it's
the
like.
Best. Yeah, let's talk about exercise and stimulation and sleep.
Yes. So during the day, like we mentioned, Samson has to eat his breakfast, and I have noticed that if I don't close the door again and let him go back to sleep, he's grumpy. He needs a nap like between 6:30 a.m. and 7:30. He needs to be left alone. Like, just leave him alone, let him sleep.
Or he just does his thing and he will just sleep all day long.
Yes.
You know, you can try to force him to go take a walk, but if he doesn't want to go for a walk, it's like trying to pull a bowling ball down the street. He's not having it. So he's a good fit for us because we don't really go on walks. I mean, we don't really live in an area where taking a pig on a walk is really going to be a great idea either.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of random dogs and just...
And we're in the city, so it's like... And also, I think he has the temperament of a bulldog when it comes to the weather. Like, he doesn't like to be cold.
He's prissy.
He doesn't like to run unless he's ready to run. And when he runs, it's like for 30 seconds and it's over.
It's fast too, though. He's quick.
Quick. And especially when he was younger, when he was little.
Oh, you wouldn't catch him. You couldn't.
Oh my gosh. Now he's a lot slower, which is better. But yeah.
Short-winded.
Yeah, it's short-winded because he's not overweight though. Like, he's
probably the perfect size.
Very healthy pig. And if you have a pig and you've seen him, you know he's amazingly healthy.
Don't judge me for the sandwiches I feed him on my Instagram.
Go follow Evan on Instagram. Yeah, he's always feeding him stuff. But yeah, so I think we covered his exercise and stimulation stuff. We can talk about the rooting box and then move on. This is a big section. What is it like? So pigs have what they call a rooting box. You found out about them first, right?
Yeah, you're just mimicking their natural habitat for them because they're rooting animals. They dig stuff up all the time and they're always searching for food. So he was getting a little bit grumpy all the time, extra needy. Delise needed some space. And we were like, what can we do? And then so I did some research, and you just get like a big tub of something, cut it shallow enough he can crawl in it, and then just throw a bunch of random stuff that he can dig through. And then we just throw treats in there and
the food, just all kinds of stuff.
Delise has gotten pretty creative with the different items that go in there.
Oh yeah, if you want to know more, we can talk about that in another video. But yeah, there are lots of fun things that you can do, and I like to think of it like I give him a project every day, and then I give him like a scavenger hunt because he is so smart. He needs that. He needs a hunt and he needs a project, like something to work on that he's not going to be able to finish quickly, that he's going to get frustrated, leave, and then come back and try to work on again. Something like that. So, okay.
And that's actually how we feed him now too, so that, you know, because he'll inhale his food when it's time to eat. You'll put all his food out and he'll be done in 2 minutes, and then he'll be back in here talking to you for some more. So when you put his dinner in the rooting box and just spread it out, he's got to work for it, and it's good for him because he just sleeps all the time. He needs something to do.
Yeah, exactly. So it's good. Okay, how we litter box trained him. Yes, you can train a pig to use a litter box.
We trained him very young. He may have been here 2 weeks.
Maybe.
The first week he hated us, had no desire to even look at us, talk to us, eat from us. We didn't talk about that. If you get a pig, and he has not really been very well socialized with people, he's not gonna like you. He's not gonna want you to touch him, look at him, feed him. Ours didn't eat for days. Felt really sad. I think we both did.
I felt like I had made a mistake.
All of us did, the pig included.
Yes.
But he came around, and once he came around, he was good to go. He had tons of personality, but if you're gonna do it, just get through that stage and then you'll be fine.
Yeah.
What was I talking about?
Litter box training him, and then remind me to come back to the getting him to come around thing.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I did research on it, and it's similar to training a dog. They'll find a place they like to go to the bathroom. So we just got a really shallow pan and filled it full of pine shavings, and last place he uses the bathroom, that's where I put it. He didn't naturally want to go into it, so there was a couple moments where we had to place him in it, and he freaked out. The first time it was our fault because we didn't fill it full enough with pine shavings, so he like immediately his feet touched the bottom and it was like slippery because it was plastic, and he didn't enjoy that. But after that, it was like nature. I mean, he just got in it and just knew what to do, and from that moment on I didn't have any issues with him.
No.
He would find it and go to it every single time.
Yeah. One time did he not do it, and he was mad at me. He came and he stood in front of me on my carpet while I was reading because he was mad that he couldn't come up on the couch. He was way younger, and he peed right there, and he was just looking at me while he did it, like. Yeah. And we had to put a stop to that. So
he still uses it to this day.
Yeah. He's
trained himself to use it outside because as he started getting bigger and so did his droppings, that's not something you want in your house for the reason of the smell, the odor. So now he uses it still, but it's placed outside the door. So he'll actually go over to the door and he'll tell us when he wants to go outside to use the litter box.
Yeah, you can bell train them, but we didn't need to. Remind me about the baths. What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, training your pig to like you. So our breeder said something I think that was really important when we first got him. She's like, hold him tight. Like from the time you get him home, I hope you're gonna be home for the next like 2 days, because you need to hold him tight so he will like you, and you need to make him eat from your hand so he will know that you're good. And those two things I think are really what won our pig's heart. And to this day, he likes to be held tight. Like he's huge, but he will come into your lap and like snuggle until you really give him a good hug and just stay there.
He's gotta get tight.
And so I think that taught him to cuddle, because he's a really, really cuddly, touchy-feely pig.
He loves it.
And so I think that was good.
Except when it's time to get up, and then that is a whole thing on its own.
Yeah, but you learn though, if you tell him, like, it's time to get up, Samson, I'm gonna get up now, I'm getting up now, like, instead of just standing up, he does a lot better. So he appreciates the communication, I think. Oh, I think we got everything. Is there anything you want to add?
Pigs are awesome, but definitely do your research thoroughly before you decide it's for you, because these animals are so sensitive and so intelligent that if you form any kind of bond with them and then you know you have to get rid of them, I mean, it's if you form a bond and then you have to, you know, separate, it's going to be really hard on them. So they're not like dogs where they find somebody and then they just love anybody. They're very much herd and pack animals. So I mean, once they form their bond with you, you're their family, and then from then on, I mean, they can be rehabilitated, but it's just it's not fair. Don't do that.
Yeah, because they're too smart for that. They understand what's going on, and I think that was the other reason it was so hard when we first got him, because he understood, like, you came and you took me from my mother, and my mom is not here, she's over there, and why did you do that? That's
ultimately what put the brakes on the whole thing for me too. I was like, look, we started something and we're gonna finish it, because now we're his family. And these pigs live a very long time. I think it's like 20 to 25 years.
I thought it was only 15.
No.
Oh my gosh.
They live a long time. So he's in it to win it. He's part of the group, and I don't know, maybe when we move he'll want to go be an outside pig. I don't know. He doesn't really seem like it.
He doesn't like it. He likes it in the summer, but mid-fall he's over it. So we'll see. Maybe he'll be partial. Guys, I hope this was informative. You can leave your questions below. Like I said, well, I didn't say, but let me try this again. Guys, I hope this was really informative.
I said a lot of mumbo jumbo too throughout this whole video. Don't judge me. I'm actually smarter. I just woke up.
And yeah, leave any other questions that you want us to answer below. This is still Vlogmas, so if you have more questions, hey, we'll try to answer them in another video. Give this a like if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe, because our pig will always be in our videos. Apparently he's gonna live for 30 years, so yeah. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Thank you.